The latest coronavirus surge is filling many hospitals to or near capacity and pushing some healthcare workers to a breaking point. This morning, Carter Evans shares the stories of two nurses who are coping by pouring their personal experiences into poetry and song.
At Loma Linda University Health in Southern California, it's another day grappling with the virus. Tad Warku is an ER trauma nurse.
Every shift I walk into the hospital, you're going to be confronted by something that you're not fully prepared for. You're never fully prepared for somebody that will lose their life in front of you on your next shift, and they impact you. I've seen hope. Oh, from the depth of despair, I've seen peace coming out from nowhere.
To cope with the emotional toll, Tad picks up his guitar, medicine inspiring his music.
But I can see through the stain, love remains.
Almost 2,000 miles away near Minneapolis, hospice nurse Erin Pomerantz juggles as many as 19 patients, holding their hands as they die because COVID prevents families from visiting.
What's it like being the person who holds the iPhone for that final Zoom?
I'm there with my mask and my shield on, and I'm holding up the phone to see their grandma and their mom one last time. This is not how we say goodbye to our loved ones.
She processes her experiences through poetry.
Over the phone, through the camera lens, one last time you see her brown, loving eyes that once filled the room with sparkle and joy.
The hospital where she works recently gave it a voice.
Her body is ready. You are not. It's not fair, you say through tears. I agree, my tears and breath clouding the goggles.
Back in California,
Love is always searching.
Warku began performing for the hospital staff, a support group formed to help medical workers struggling with the pandemic. His music struck a chord with coworkers.
When I don't understand why the world is acting the way it is, and when you hear Tad and you hear his music, it just makes you feel like it's going to be okay. Tomorrow's going to be okay.
Tell me that it will be all right.
So I think as healthcare workers, we all are coming together and we really understand what each other is going through. Calm and comfortable, the words I use to carefully describe her to you. You let out a sigh of relief.
During hospice, Pomerantz often picks up her camera and photographs loved ones.
One of the great parts of my job is finding moments together and capturing those moments. It's been really meaningful for me to provide that to families, even if it is just a cell phone photo. Like, this is how your mom's doing. I saw her today.
Amber Midnight lost her husband, Brian.
We felt like she really captured our essence, and she went out of her way to do it, and I treasure them.
I met an old man and I saw him smile. He looked my way, said he walked this mile. He said, keep coming, don't you turn astray, and never ever trade your love away.
Like Pomerantz, Warku incorporates actual conversations into his lyrics.
It takes the effort to walk into that environment, but to find the hope in these really difficult times, it's hard.
I actually think it's the most difficult thing to do, to find the hope. But it's in that moment where it's the most difficult that it's also the most important. I'll fight with every fiber to find the hope, knowing that it exists in there, because if it doesn't, we have a much bigger problem.
Finding hope and healing, reminding patients, families, and colleagues they're not alone. For CBS This Morning, Carter Evans, Los Angeles.
Some beauty there born out of the tragedy, and Gayle King's also a big fan, but she's not allowed to talk because we had to go to break.